He's Colm Hayes. She's Lucy Kennedy. Together, they wake up the nation on Ireland's Classic Hits Radio. And now you can hear their best bits each week as a podcast.
Ireland's Classic Hits Radio.
Hey, it's Colm and Lucy in the morning.
Hey.
You know, even though it was a short week,
Yeah.
it was a very busy week on breakfast, wasn't it?
Yeah, we had drama, controversy and excitement. Lots of excitement.
Listeners were divided over the issue of putting dog poo in your neighbour's bin.
We also spoke about first world problems.
And one listener from Dublin came so close to winning 7 deadly spins that it was painful.
Here's today's Ask Lucy Anything. Guys, I need to know if I'm being a Karen about this.
Oh, okay.
I live on a road where most of my neighbours own dogs, which is fine. But here's the problem. Anytime I put out my black bin on collection day, I see my neighbours putting their dog poo bags into my bin. Isn't that a bit cheeky? I think it's taking advantage. My husband says I'm just overdoing it and being a bit of a Karen. Says Olivia. What do you guys think? Now, Olivia, I own a dog, right? And I would walk 4 miles past black bins, everything, to put the dog poo in a proper bin or my own bin. That wrecks my head. I know it's only dog poo, but you know what it is? It's like you're changing your own child's nappy versus changing someone else's child's nappy. There are also people who don't, and I've seen it on the ground, or I've seen it in skips, or I've seen it in bins. People don't close the bags properly, and they just fling their dog poo into your bin, and then your bin smells of dog poo. Personally, I don't do it. I will try and... I've literally walked a mile with dog poo in a bag in my hand, and I have a dog. And I have a big dog. She's a Labrador, so her poos are like a dad's.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah, I do know what you mean, yeah.
So I won't fling my I would not put my poo bag into one of my neighbour's bags. Now, if there was an open skip on the road, I would.
Well, that's the same thing.
I don't think it is. An open skip on the road is very different to someone's personal black bin.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'm being a Karen
Yeah.
too. What do you think, Casey?
Okay, this is, and again, I have a little dog, Stitch, now, and I've had a dog for 12, 13 years, so I think if the bin is on the road, it's going
We'll
to...
say like on a Thursday morning bin collection.
Yeah, so it's going to be collected anyway, right?
Yeah.
So I think if it's on the road, fine. It's fine. Because
But you know what Olivia's problem is? She doesn't have a dog.
Yeah.
And all of her neighbours do, so she feels like she's the dog bin.
But hang on a second, she doesn't see... she's not going to see the... Does she go out and then lift up her...
Well, she
bin
must, because her
and have a
husband thinks
look?
she's a bit of a Karen.
I think she is being a little bit of a... Karen. I think if your bin is on the street...
It's
at
open
that stage,
season.
Well, not open season, but if it's on the street, let's say, for instance, I always walk
Okay,
by...
right. Okay, you have a dog.
I do
know
have a dog,
you.
yeah,
Hazel,
yeah.
I know
Yes,
you.
yeah.
It would wreck your head if you didn't have a dog and everyone else put their poo bags into your bin. I know it would annoy you.
I don't think everybody's doing it. There might be one or two, and I know one or two have done it in my bin when it's been outside.
She's saying everybody.
And I don't-
all of her neighbours own dogs.
If it's on the street, I think, come on, get over yourself. You've done your deal. Kangaroo or whatever it's called, Greyhound, whoever the company are. They're not Kangaroo, Greyhound.
Okay.
They're taking the bin anyway. Do you know what I mean? You're going to get back a clean bin.
Okay.
And actually,
have
what
you
you're
ever
doing is-
experienced anybody putting a poo bag into a bin and the poo bag is open?
No, I haven't experienced that. Most of the poo bag people in my area are very... They've all done their knots, you know what I mean? And they're very clean.
Hey, see, I think you're lying in this because
I
I
don't
know
think-
how
Yeah, I don't
pedantic
think I
you
am,
can
but-
be.
I'm pedantic in certain things, and that's what makes me pedantic. And I'm not pedantic in other things, and that's what makes me pedantic. So on this one, I'm thinking if the bin is on the road, fair game. The reason I'm saying that is I've done it to other people's bins.
Ah.
So I'm happy if they do it to mine.
He who throws the
He who throws the
greenhouse.
poo.
He who throws the greenhouse thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's who you can't. Right,
Yeah, yeah.
okay. Whereas I
Well, I've
don't.
done it in the
Listen,
skip as well.
we all know I'm not perfect. My God. But I keep my poo to myself.
Good
Now-
answer. Good answer. Good answer. Let's get a T-shirt with that.
Colm and Lucy in the morning. Weekdays from 6 a.m. on Ireland's Classic Hits Radio.
Check out some first world problems.
Go on.
So these lads went around, chatted to 2,000 people and said, what is your worst first world problem? Now, to define a first world problem, it's something that it's not really a problem.
Yeah.
But becomes a problem because...
It's a big deal to you.
It's a big deal at that particular moment to you. Yeah. So there's things like, okay, for me, yesterday, somebody who drives your car and changes the position of your seat.
All right, did Jeremy do that yesterday?
Well, it wasn't. Jeremy did, but then Anne went down in my car last night, right? And Anne is quite small, and I mean that in the nicest way. So the seat is right up to. So getting into the car this morning, I banged my nose off the steering wheel, and I cursed her.
Right.
From the driveway.
Oh, it's quite early to curse him.
Yeah, because she pushed the seat right up. So that just a tiny little thing like that just set me off.
Yes.
In a really bad mood.
It's like silent fights. I have these silent fights with Rich whereby, say, I put something somewhere and then he just comes in, moves it. But we don't actually say anything. It's like a silent fight.
Right, okay.
Do you have any silent fights?
Yeah. Does he know
Same
you're
idea.
having a silent fight? Do you stare at each other? He doesn't even know he's having a fight?
No.
Right.
But he hasn't said anything to me. I don't say anything to him. So let's say it could be something as stupid, honestly, as like, I'll think.
Yeah. Okay. Let me give you a few of these here, right? Okay. So the car seat heater being too hot and scalding your bottom. I hate car seat heaters.
Love.
Cannot.
That's one of my favourite things about my car.
I think they might give you piles.
No, they're very, very good for you.
Are they?
Yes.
Oh, I hate that sensation.
Very, very good for you.
Down that area of the heat coming up. Just
I know, because you said that it makes you want to do
makes me want to
poo-poos.
go to the toilet. Yeah. I actually do feel like I go to the toilet.
Never get into my car.
Booking into a hotel only to realise that the Wi-Fi isn't free.
Really?
Yeah.
Would that really bother you?
Oh, yeah. I remember being in a hotel recently in Madrid, and the Wi-Fi was like a tenner for 30 minutes. Just stupid.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that'll annoy me.
I'll tell you what annoys me
Go
is
on, then.
hidden costs. So you get to a hotel, and it's like now, obviously, Jess is older now.
Yeah.
But I remember going to a hotel in Lanzarote, it was like, and then the safe per day is...
There
then
you
your
go.
towels per day are...
Yeah.
And then you'd like to rent a cot, so the cot per day is, and you're going, what?
The little things.
It's like about an extra 30 quid a day, and you're there for 2 weeks. You're going, do we need the safe?
I just can't
Do we
understand
need
why you
the
have to
towel?
rent a safe. That is just ridiculous. I
Yes.
agree with you on that one. That is
Hidden
just
costs drive me mad, and flying with airlines.
Oh, that's
Hidden
ridiculous.
costs.
Yeah.
Because you never end up paying what you think you are to begin with.
I know,
And
you-
you're down this rabbit hole then.
It's €14 to chur in or something. By the time you finish, it's €90 or something.
Yeah.
Here's a really, really, really first world problem that is absolutely so inconsequential, but it really annoyed somebody. She reckons that nowadays there are too many pips in the satsumas.
Too many pips in the satsumas,
Satsumas.
as in mandarin oranges.
Yeah, the little lads, yeah. I have to agree with it. Do you know what I find really annoying nowadays? Really annoying is if I'm using a lemon, which I was last night.
Yeah.
We've over-pipped the lemons. I don't know what's happened in the lemon world, right? Have you noticed that? Most lemons now come with like 60 pips. Like you're de-pipping the lemon before you can actually get to use the lemon juice.
Why don't you get yourself
I don't have one of those.
But did you get one? They're like cheap as chips.
I know, I used to be able to just squeeze it and just catch the 2 pips that came out of
Oh
lemon.
no, I don't like that. I don't like watching someone do that because I think their hands are dirty.
Yeah, well,
The
there's...
lemon's dripping through their fingers. How do I know their fingers are clean?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. But they're over-pipped. Lemons are
Overpipped.
Overpipped.
Overpipped lemons.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I was doing one last night. There must have been 20 pips. I got angry.
Yeah.
Okay, Brian wants to get in on this.
Good morning, Colm and Lucy. I'm very much enjoying your stories there.
Thank you.
And ironically, I have a story like the one about the car seat. I have a particular way I like my car seat set, and every time my wife takes the car, she has it set up like a boy racer, and it's all over the place. It drives me nuts, it does. So I went off and I bought a lovely Land Rover Discovery, and I have setting number 1 on the seat, so I just get in, press number 1, and it configures the way I like it. That's what, that's my story anyway.
You've got a setting on your seat. How posh is that?
That's very posh. I'm interested to see how your wife drives around like a boy racer.
Yeah.
She obviously lies on the back seat. I think that's hilarious when you see that.
Well, I've tried to encourage Anne to bring pillows when she drives my car, not to adjust my seat, just to take out pillows instead of pillows.
Yeah, I
and just
understand.
leave it. But I like that. God, that's really good. Dave has a first world problem.
Good morning, Colm, Lucy, Jeremy, Dave here from Deco 24.
Hey, Dave.
My biggest first world problem is going to a really fancy restaurant and eating a really fancy dinner and then get the dessert menu, and on the dessert menu they don't do chocolate brownie and ice cream.
Oh, jeez.
And you say it to the waiter like, what? Where is the chocolate brownie? And they say, well, we do this kind of like a chocolate brownie, but it's a like a fudge cake.
Yeah.
Chocolate fudge cake. It's really nice. And you're just looking at them in disgust. How dare you insult me with your kind of like a brownie fudge cake?
Dare they?
Get this crap away.
Dare they?
Okay, yeah, that's my biggest first world problem. Morning, guys. Woo!
Morning. I'll tell you something else that really annoys me, just thinking of the restaurant side of things. And especially with kids. Every 2 seconds, like, can I have more ketchup, please? Can I have more ketchup?
Right,
can I have more mayonnaise? Why did they just bring out big, like especially like certain restaurants,
Yeah,
you know, the tiny little portions of ketchup and mayo.
Ridiculous,
So
isn't
just
it?
bring out
It's
the
one
bottle.
chip.
We've
Yeah.
children.
I know.
Bring out the bottles.
Bring out the bottles, we say.
Colm and Lucy in the morning. Weekdays from 6 a.m. on Ireland's Classic Hits Radio.
Owen, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
doing?
Good morning.
I'm good, thanks. Yeah, not a bother.
I'm very excited to hear that you have a smallie in the car with you about to go into crash.
I was parked outside crash, but then she started to stir a little bit. She was getting a bit impatient, so I've had to hit the road again.
Right,
Oh,
okay.
cute. What age is she?
She is 1 and a bit.
Okay.
Oh, sweet. Okay,
Exactly,
Owen,
yeah.
let's win your daughter some cash, because let me tell you now, owning a daughter, you will never have money again. She's going to take it all off your hands. Let's spin the wheel and find out how much you're playing for.
Oh, my daughter is 25 and I'm broke. I'm a broken man. I just want you to know that now. There it goes. Anywhere from 3,000 down to 250 euros. The higher the amount, the harder they will be. The lower the amount, the easier they get. And you, sir, are playing for, 900 euros. That's all right, isn't it?
Okay.
That'll
You
do.
happy?
That'll buy you some nappies.
Okay, 49
Yeah.
seconds on the clock. You've 7 questions to answer, ideally correctly, and then you win the money. We have to take your first answer, Owen, okay?
All right. Okay, best of luck, everybody. The clock starts now.
Which English boy band took their name from a Back to the Future character?
McFly.
Which decade does Marty McFly travel back to in the first movie?
The 50s.
Which sweet used the slogan, "The mint with the hole"?
Polos.
Polo is a brand of clothing by which designer?
Ralph Lauren.
In the clothing brand DKNY, what does NY stand for?
New York.
It's called TK Maxx in Ireland, but what's the shop called in America?
TJ Maxx.
In 2007, EastEnders character Max Branning was exposed having had an affair with who?
What were you going to say?
Oh, I have no idea. I don't know. I've never watched EastEnders.
Oh, man.
It was Stacey Slasher.
You did so well. You flew through, though.
That was one of the trickier ones, though, which is why it was 900. He had an affair with Stacey Slasher.
Oh, listen, that was so impressive. I mean, I'm just looking at the questions when they jumped up on my screen. That TK Maxx, TJ Maxx, how did you know that?
I actually don't know. I've heard it before, but
Right.
yeah, it just came to me.
We started a conversation literally at this time yesterday. Today got so busy that we didn't get back into it.
Yeah.
So it was, remember we were chatting, you brought it on Celebrity Loose, the Gary Barlow story.
Yes. That Gary Barlow said there are other bands. Like, they're called Fake That.
Fake That. Fake That?
Fake That. Fake That.
Fake That. And what's the other one, the big lads?
It was like
Fat Shakers or something.
Fat Shake.
Yeah, fake fat. No. But anyway, it was tribute acts. Do you know there's a tribute act called Amy Housewine?
No.
Yes, it's not brilliant.
No.
So we asked you to send us in 087-188-0008 a whole bunch of different tribute acts, and we try and work out who they are. And we got a whole bunch of them. So you ready for these? In fairness, actually, if you don't know who they are, then you're not doing a good job as a band, because we mentioned yesterday your uncle's in the Bootleg Beatles.
No, my uncle's best friend.
Right, okay, not your uncle.
No.
It's not Uncle Teddy, or I think he's in the Bootleg Beatles. No. And he plays?
He's John Lennon.
John Lennon,
Yeah,
wow.
he looks like him and he sounds like him and he talks like him.
Does he?
Yeah.
And he is, so they sort of grow into their character.
They do, yeah.
It's a bit like what we're
They're
talking
doing
about
it 30
earlier.
years.
Yeah, they look alike.
Okay, so you say the name and then I'll say who I think they are.
Proxy Music.
Poxy Music.
What? Proxy Music.
Don't know.
Who's the band?
don't know.
Roxy Music. Oh, don't say you don't know
Who's Roxy Music? It
Oh,
must
no.
have been love.
That's Roxette. Oh, I love playing these games with you. Brian Ferry, Roxy Music. Let's stick together. Hoo, hoo. No?
Next.
Avalon. More than this.
See, we should bring back the lyrics board.
Les Zeppelin.
That's Led Zeppelin.
Well done, you.
Thank you.
Oasis.
Oasis.
It's actually spelled Oasis.
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 As in S-H-I-S-H.
S-H, yeah. Oasis. Stealing Dan.
Stealing.
Stealing Dan. Oh, come on.
No, I don't know. I don't know.
You won't get a gig on the lyrics board.
I don't want a gig on the lyrics
You
board.
just said you wanted to bring it back.
Well, no, just to see you on the piano singing, trying to play as I'm guessing. Stealing, I don't know.
Steely Dan. Steely Dan.
Oh, yeah.
The Beagles.
The Beatles.
The Eagles. The Beagles. The Beagles. Earth, Wind and Fireplace.
Earth, Wind and Fire.
Thank you. The Foo Fakers.
Foo Fighters.
Oh, very good. I'll give you one more. Non Jovi.
Bon Jovi.
There you go.
Colm and Lucy in the morning. Weekdays from 6 a.m. on Ireland's Classic Hits Radio.
You liked all of that. There's lots more where it came from. From Monday morning, 6 to 10 on Ireland's Classic Hits Radio.
Colm and Lucy in the morning. The best bits from Ireland's Classic Hits Radio. Find us wherever you get your podcasts and don't forget to like and subscribe.
Ireland's Classic Hits.